Imagine you are the best goalkeeper in the most competitive league in the world, and you have just led your club to the championship, and the status of #1 goalkeeper in the national team is already in your hands. However, just before the biggest tournament of your life begins, a perfume bottle falls in the bathroom, and in that instant, your international career is over forever. This is what happened to one of Spain's greatest goalkeepers of the 2000s. So great was he nicknamed the formidable silver-haired wall, but sadly he had to succumb to one of the most absurd fates in football history, Santiago Cañizares. For fans of Winning 11 or La Liga fans from the early 2000s, Cañizares' name is a sure sign of security. With his iconic silver blonde hair, he was more than just a goalkeeper. He was a leader, an orator, and a nearly impenetrable wall. During his peak with Valencia, Cañizares won 4 Zamora trophies, an award for the goalkeeper with the fewest goals conceded, in an era featuring lethal strikers like Ronaldo Nazario, Raul Gonzalez, and Patrick Kluivert. This record is proof that he was truly the best of his era. The man whose full name is José Santiago Cañizares Ruiz was born in Madrid on the 18th of December 1969. Just like his junior Iker Casillas, Cañizares went through all stages of junior football with Real Madrid before finally making his professional debut with Real Madrid's B team in 1988. He was then loaned to lower-tier clubs Elche and Merida before returning to Real Madrid in 1992. His impressive performances at Merida attracted the interest of Celta Vigo, who signed the young Cañizares on a permanent 2-year contract. At Celta Vigo, he enjoyed his first top-flight La Liga debut in the 1992-93 season. He made 36 league appearances and put in a solid performance. In his first season with Celta Vigo, Cañizares was awarded the Zamora Trophy. However, he shared the individual award with Francisco Liano, who also excelled between the sticks for Deportivo La Coruna. For 2 seasons, he defended Celta Vigo. His performance improved day by day. This then attracted Real Madrid and finally sent him back to Santiago Bernabeu. Returning to Madrid wasn't the right choice for Cañizares, as he had been a second-choice goalkeeper since his return in the summer of 1995. However, Cañizares gradually earned the trust of Madrid's new manager, Jupp Heynckes, during the 1997-98 season. Unfortunately, that confidence was short-lived. Before the 1997-98 Champions League final, he lost his place again and was taken over by German goalkeeper Bodo Illgner. Los Blancos won the 1998 Champions League final against Juventus, but Cañizares had to watch his teammates battle it out from the bench. Realizing his future wasn't in the capital, Cañizares moved to Valencia in 1998. He made just 41 appearances for Real Madrid in 4 years. At Valencia, Cañizares was given a huge responsibility, replacing the retired legendary goalkeeper Andoni Zubizarreta. After just 1 year in the starting role, Cañizares led Los Che to the Copa del Rey title in 1999. This is where his glory days with Valencia began, which took European and even global football by storm. Hector Cooper then coached Valencia, reached 2 consecutive Champions League finals in 2000 and 2001. Valencia was anything but a boring team to watch. Their dynamic midfield, with players like Gaizka Mendieta and Gerard Lopez, and wingers Fran Farinos and Kili Gonzalez, made the team with the bat symbol a force to be reckoned with. Not to mention their attacking prowess, Claudio Lopez and Miguel Ángel Angulo. Under the command of defensive marshals such as Miroslav Djukic, Amadeo Carboni, and Mauricio Pellegrino, as well as their charismatic goalkeeper Santiago Cañizares, Cooper made the defense the main key to Valencia's solid play. Valencia's Champions League campaign was a convincing one. In the first leg of the quarterfinals, they thrashed Lazio, the then reigning Serie A champions, 5-2. The overwhelming goal difference rendered Lazio's 1-0 victory in the second leg meaningless. They employed a similar method in the semi-final against Barcelona, winning 4-1 at the Mestalla, but a 2-1 defeat at Camp Nou wasn't enough to stop Los Ches from reaching the final. Unfortunately, in the 2000 Champions League final, they were defeated 3-0 by Real Madrid in the quarterfinals. Despite not winning any titles that season, Canizares' performance under the crossbar succeeded in making Valencia finish third in La Liga under Barcelona and made Canizares the best goalkeeper in La Liga, who again won an individual award, namely the Zamora Trophy. They then repeated the same thing in the Champions League the following season, specifically in the 2000 to 2001 season. At that time, Cañizares and his friends again managed to reach the final match, where they would face Bayern Munich in the final. However, they failed to win once again, losing 5-4 on penalties. Cañizares was left in tears on the sidelines after the defeat to Munich, prompting Oliver Kahn to console him. Furthermore, this defeat also prompted several key Valencia players, such as Mendieta, to leave the Mestalla for Lazio. Meanwhile, coach Hector Cooper also flew to Italy after accepting an offer to coach Inter Milan. At the time, Cooper's replacement was a relatively unknown manager, Rafael Benitez. However, it was under this manager that Valencia enjoyed one of the best periods in their history, from 2001 to 2004. Under the coaching of Rafael Benitez with Santiago Cañizares as the last wall of defense, along with other players such as Roberto Ayala, Ruben Baraja, David Albelda, Vicente, and Pablo Aimar as the pillars, Valencia also managed to win La Liga twice and once lifted the UEFA Cup trophy. In Rafa's first season at the Mestalla, Valencia won the La Liga title in 2001 to 2002, their first in 31 years. Valencia won the title by 7 points over second-placed Deportivo La Coruna. Valencia's greatness that season could not be separated from the brilliance of goalkeeper Santiago Cañizares, where he was again awarded the title of Best Goalkeeper in La Liga for the 2001 to 2002 season by winning the Zamora Trophy. This then earned him a call to defend the Spanish national team at the 2002 World Cup. This likely isn't the first time Cañizares has received a call-up to the Spanish national team. Cañizares has already played in 2 World Cups with Spain, in 1994 and 1998. However, he was second choice to Zubizarreta back then. Meanwhile, the 2002 World Cup was supposed to be a proving ground for Cañizares. Spain's then coach, Jose Antonio Camacho, had already confirmed him as the first choice, ahead of youngster Iker Casillas. However, tragedy struck at a hotel in Jerez, where Cañizares dropped a perfume bottle in his bathroom. Reflexively, he tried to catch the shattered glass bottle with his foot. Unfortunately, the shards severed the tendon in his right big toe. He was immediately rushed to the hospital for surgery. In an instant, his World Cup dream shattered, just like that perfume bottle. Ultimately, the Spanish coach replaced Cañizares with Pedro Contreras. Meanwhile, the number 1 goalkeeper for the Spanish national team was handed over to Iker Casillas, who was only 21 years old at the time. The Spanish national team only managed to advance to the quarterfinals, losing to host South Korea on penalties. This ridiculous incident will surely be a lifelong regret for Cañizares. After all, the Spanish national team's starting goalkeeper position had been sealed by Iker Casillas. After failing to qualify for the 2002 World Cup, he returned to Valencia for the 2002 to 2003 season. Unfortunately, Valencia failed to live up to expectations. They were unable to defend their La Liga title, finishing 5th, 18 points behind champions Real Madrid. Then, entering the 2003 to 2004 season, there weren't many changes to the Valencia squad. However, that season, Valencia became even more prolific. They won La Liga again, and this time, they even won the UEFA Cup after defeating Olympique Marseille 2-0. That season, Valencia finished as champions, 5 points ahead of Barcelona, and it was the 6th title for the Mestalla-based club and their last so far. Furthermore, they conceded the same number of goals as they did in the 2001 to 2002 season when they won the title 27. He was also crowned La Liga's best goalkeeper, winning the Zamora Trophy for the 4th time in his career. He had previously won the trophy in 1994, 2001, and 2002. His solid performances earned him a recall to the Spanish national team for Euro 2004. Unfortunately, Iker Casillas was unstoppable in goal for La Furia Roja. A similar situation occurred at the 2006 World Cup, where Cañizares was only the second-choice goalkeeper behind Casillas. Casillas seemed to have secured the starting goalkeeper spot for the Spanish national team, leading Spain to the 2008 and 2012 European Championship titles, as well as the 2010 World Cup. After winning the 2003 to 2004 La Liga title, Valencia underwent a major overhaul and lost key players. One of the key architects of Valencia's success, Rafael Benitez, left the club after a conflict with the board and was subsequently recruited by Liverpool. Although Valencia was no longer a title-chasing team, Cañizares remained until the 2007 to 2008 season. However, the arrival of Ronald Koeman that season forced him and 2 other senior players, Miguel Ángel Angulo and David Albelda, to leave Loche's main squad. This was due to a conflict with the Dutch coach. At the end of that season, Cañizares decided to hang up his boots at the age of 39. Football can be cruel. One small moment can change history. That's what happened to Cañizares. He may remain a legend at Valencia, but at the international level, he will forever be remembered as the great man who was defeated by a bottle of perfume.